boxing gloves, the ultimate combination of protection and power. But have you ever stopped and wondered how these iconic gloves are actually made? I mean, we all know they help keep our knuckles safe, but behind every glove is a whole process of design, craftsmanship, and materials that make them so much more than just padded mitts. Are those articles claiming the process of making boxing gloves includes uncontrolled animal cruelty? In this video, we're diving deep into the creation of these everyday, yet essential tools in the world of boxing. By the end of this, you'll never look at your gloves the same way again. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your training buddies, because you'll want them to know all the secrets of the glove making process. Before we start talking about the modern miracle of boxing gloves, let's take a quick trip back in time. Boxing gloves, in one form or another, have been around for centuries. The ancient Greeks used leather strips tied around their hands and wrists for protection. Back then, these were called hemantes, and let's just say they were more about protecting the wrists than offering any kind of cushioning to the punches. So how did we go from leather strips to the high-tech gloves used by champions today, and what inspired the shift? Well, imagine trying to knock someone out with a hand wrapped in leather strips. It'd be more painful for you than for them. Jump forward to the 18th century when English boxing champion Jack Broughton decided that maybe having more protection for the hands would be a good idea. He introduced padded gloves in 1743, mainly to help his students practice without knocking each other's teeth out. At the time, they were filled with horsehair. Yeah, horsehair. If you ever wondered why it felt like a punch could feel soft but painful at the same time, well, now you know. The horsehair padding didn't do much for cushioning. It was all about the appearance and providing a tiny bit of protection. By the time the Queensberry rules came into play in the 19th century, gloves became mandatory in boxing matches. This was when boxing gloves truly began to look more like the ones we use today. And thank goodness for that, because have you ever tried to box with just bare knuckles? It's a good way to end up on the injured list pretty quickly. Boxing gloves aren't just tools for the sport, they become symbols of resilience, strength, and even art. From movies like Rocky to iconic posters of Muhammad Ali, boxing gloves represent much more than physical combat. Did you know that some famous fighters have had custom-designed gloves with complex patterns, team logos, or even their names embroidered on them? In some cultures, boxing gloves have been used as decorative items to symbolize victory and determination, adorning gyms and trophy rooms alike. Okay, maybe it's time for us to look at what these gloves are really made of. This means that the choice of the material is a big deal. Hence, the exterior side of boxing gloves can be made of real leather or artificial materials such as polyurethane materials. Both have their pros and cons, but here's the lowdown. Leather is the classic material, and for the record, it has its merits. It's long-lasting, the feel of it is very nice, and over time it seems to conform to one's hand if one is a boxer, so it has a much better fit. Leather gloves are also more permeable, so you don't feel too sweaty when wearing them during training. The downside? Well, they're expensive. I mean, real sheer leather gloves could cost hundreds of dollars depending on where they're bought. So, if you're just starting to make your purchase and are unable or unwilling to do that commitment, then you're better off looking somewhere else. Then there's synthetic leather, often synonymous with polyurethane. It's the cheaper one, and from it you can still achieve reasonable amounts of durability and flexibility. Besides, they're lighter and easier to clean. Therefore, they're commonly used by recreational or fitness boxers. But the downside, it's not as breathable as leather, and it retains heat as well as wearing out quickly. Something like a specific phone case that looks quite lovely before drops start to show and then the whole case starts to crack, you know? So whether you go for leather or synthetic depends on your budget and what you need out of your gloves. Either way, the important thing is that the material is tough enough to withstand the force of punches. Because let's face it, a punch isn't the gentlest thing in the world. As sustainability becomes more important, some companies are innovating with eco-friendly boxing gloves. These are made with recycled materials or plant-based alternatives to synthetic leather. While they might not have the same durability as traditional leather gloves, they're a great option for environmentally conscious athletes. Imagine punching your way to victory while saving the planet. I mean, talk about a win-win. Now, let's get to the part of the glove that makes it, well, a glove: the padding. In other words, if you don't have padding, your punches would be as enjoyable as screaming at a concrete wall with your fists. The purpose for hands here is to protect them and wrists specifically, as well as to make sure the person there doesn't get knocked over or something like that. The current generation of gloves employs high-density foam padding, but there are some extremely superior gloves that employ gel padding or even foam gel combined padding. The foam effectively dissipates some of the loads around the face of the glove, so less force is transmitted through your hand and wrist. The gel, therefore, changes its shape with that of your hand and the force applied in punching. And specifically, some companies have suggested that their gel-infused gloves are like the memory foam of boxing. I mean, you can't really argue with that sort of padding. In training, with the gloves you desire, it has to have enough padding to give you a shoulderly feeling, but at the same time, not so much padding that it would hamper your movements or even make the glove very big and heavy. This is why training gloves that are used in practices usually have more cushion to damage more of the force, while the professional gloves have less cushion so as to make quick impacts. All of this is scientifically worked out to get the most effect from your punches while making sure they don't break your hands. And by the way, cushioning is also beneficial for your wrists. The padding in the glove also causes one's fists to be protected by the padding, thus minimizing accidents from wrong posture or pressure on the wrist bones. It's a very cool product. They actually look like mini crash helmets for your hands. Have you ever wondered why some gloves feel lighter but still pack a punch while others feel bulkier and slow you down? It's all about the foam. Or is there more to it? Well, maybe you heard about glove sizes, right? 8 ounces, 10 ounces, 16 ounces, for example. But wait, what does that have to do with it? Why? The weight of the glove all depends on the intention. For that reason, contact sports, specifically professional mixed martial arts fights, can use lighter gloves between 8 to 10 ounces. The 16-ounce and similar gloves are useful when training, developing power for the two fighters that need protection during the showdown. Fun fact, wearing heavier gloves during training can make your hands feel lightning fast when you switch to lighter competition gloves. And that's not it. Technology is changing the game, literally. Some modern boxing gloves now come with built-in sensors to track the speed, power, and accuracy of your punches. These smart gloves sync with apps on your phone, giving you instant feedback on your performance. It's like having a coach in your gloves. How cool is that? Now, here's something you probably didn't see coming. The most expensive boxing gloves in the world weren't made for fighting at all. They were a custom paired encrusted with diamonds, designed for Floyd Mayweather, worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. Imagine stepping into the ring with gloves that cost more than, houses or something. But here's the kicker, they weren't even functional for a fight. All glitter, no punch. Imagine that. Once the padding is in place, it's time to start putting the glove together. Here's where the magic happens. It's all about precision stitching. The pieces of leather or synthetic material are sewn together. And trust me, this isn't the kind of sewing you want to mess up. Boxing gloves need to fit like a glove, no pun intended. So every stitch needs to be perfectly placed to ensure the glove feels snug and supportive. Some gloves are machine stitched, but high quality gloves often rely on good old-fashioned hand stitching. This takes a lot more time, but it creates a level of craftsmanship that machine stitching just can't match. And let's be real, hand-stitched gloves look and feel amazing. They're built to last, and you'll be able to tell the difference the moment you slide your hands in. Once the gloves pieces are sewn together, the edges are reinforced with extra stitching, making sure they hold up under pressure. After all, gloves are made to take a beating, literally. But just like in any good workout, a little sweat and effort now ensures the glove lasts longer than the pain in your knuckles. Think of this step like the protein shake of glove making, necessary for strength and longevity. Did you know that there are gloves designed specifically for certain types of training? Bag gloves are built for durability, perfect for pounding away at a punching bag. On the other hand, sparring gloves have extra padding to protect both you and your training partner. There are even hybrid gloves that combine features of both. So next time you shop for gloves, make sure you're picking the right pair for your workout goals. The people behind the gloves, the craftsmen and artisans, deserve a shout out. Many high-quality boxing gloves are handcrafted by skilled workers who've honed their techniques over decades. In some countries, like Pakistan, glove making is a family trade passed down through generations. These workers stitch, mold, and shape the gloves with a level of care that transforms them from mere sports equipment to functional art. Let's take a second to appreciate the thumb. No, seriously, the thumb is one of the most important components of the glove. Early boxing gloves didn't have thumbs at all, which led to all kinds of accidental injuries. You'd end up jabbing your thumb into someone's eye, or worse, breaking it. Today, the thumb is securely attached to the glove, so it's out of harm's way. But how did glove designers figure out the ideal thumb placement? And what happens if the thumb design isn't just right? The thumb isn't only crucial for comfort, but it also provides better control over the glove. Without it, your hand would be completely restricted. With a good thumb loop or attachment, the glove fits better, it's easier to punch, and it keeps everything in place when you throw a jab, cross, or uppercut. A boxing glove without a thumb is like a sandwich without the bread. Just not right. Now we get to the debate of the century in boxing gloves, laces versus Velcro. Professional fighters often swear by lace gloves because they provide a more secure, snug fit, which offers better wrist support. Laces are also customizable, so the glove fits exactly to the boxer's hand, providing an almost personalized feel. But there's a catch. You can't tie your own laces, so unless you're getting some help from your coach, you might find yourself struggling. Velcro gloves, on the other hand, are more convenient and faster to put on. You can strap them up yourself in seconds, making them the go-to choice for people who train on their own or just want something that's quick and easy. While Velcro gloves don't offer quite the same level of wrist support as laced ones, they make up for it with convenience and ease. Once the gloves are all stitched together, padded, and ready to go, they undergo some serious testing. Manufacturers test them with machines that simulate real punches, checking how the gloves handle impact, wear, and tear. If the gloves pass all these tests, they're ready to be branded, packaged, and sent out to fighters who will take them into the ring. But before they hit the market, these gloves also undergo a quality control inspection. This ensures there are no defects, no loose stitching, and no hidden surprises that could ruin the experience for the boxer. If the gloves don't pass, they go back to the factory floor for more work until they're perfect for punching someone in the face. But believe it or not, a pair of boxing gloves once made it to space. NASA sent them up as part of an experiment to demonstrate movement in zero gravity. While astronauts didn't exactly have a sparring match on the ISS, the gloves were used to study how body mechanics change in a weightless environment. So technically, boxing gloves have gone where no punch has gone before. Here's a common myth. Many people think boxing gloves are designed purely to protect the opponent. While that's partly true, their primary goal is to protect the hands of the wearer. Without gloves, fighters simply would be at higher risk of breaking their hands during a fight. So, the next time someone says that gloves make boxing soft, remind them that gloves are actually more about self-preservation than softening any blow. After passing rigorous quality control, the gloves are packaged with care. Many high-end gloves come in premium boxes, complete with care instructions and sometimes even a storage bag. Companies know their audience. Unboxing a pair of gloves can feel just as exciting as unboxing the latest gadget. From there, the gloves are shipped worldwide, often ending up in the hands of a fighter who's ready to take on their next opponent or their next workout. Boxing gloves have even found their way into pop culture in unexpected ways. Think of video games like Punch-Out! Or the infamous Balrog character in Street Fighter. Boxing gloves are also popular in hip-hop fashion and workout trends. Ever spotted them hanging from the rearview mirror of someone's car? It's a small nod to the enduring legacy of the sport. So next time you lace up your boxing gloves or strap on your Velcro, just know that a lot of thought and science went into making sure they keep you safe and help you pack a punch. From the padding to the stitching to the thumb placement, every little detail in a boxing glove is designed for performance and protection. If you enjoyed learning about the journey of boxing gloves from factory to fist, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your gym buddies. Keep swinging, keep fighting, and most importantly, keep those gloves clean.